Hey, Capricorn. Intuitive Soul Coach here with your June 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn. Today we're diving into becoming the best version of you. So we'll look at your greatest strengths, your fullest potential, action steps, and what that outcome may look like for you. Now, right away here, I'm getting the message that you're turning a new leaf, whatever that may mean for you, turning a new leaf. So you could be seeing something from a brand new perspective. For others of you, I am getting second chance on an opportunity that may have felt like it was missed prior, or it's just taken a long time to get there. Now, you do have the Death card in your action position. So there is something coming to an end, so that makes sense with turning a new leaf. But I also get here, there's been a prolonged ending, or you felt like you were in the midst of this transformation for quite some time, Capricorn. It may have been that you were very much attached to something or someone. Now, bottom of the deck, you have 9 of materials, 9 of pentacles. Some of you may have even broken out of some form of codependent dynamic, codependent cycle. This is about you being able to stand on your own 2 feet, supporting oneself, creating a life that you love, creating a life that you're proud of. This can also be individual achievement. And because there is a cycle that you have completed, or you're working on completing a cycle, you have the 2 ending cards showing up in your reading. I feel like there is success. 9s are about completions here and accomplishments. So if you've been really struggling to turn that leaf or come to the top in some way, shape, or form, perhaps in your career, in your relationships, or in your health, below the surface is a sense of creation, creating that life that feels more fulfilling financially, physically, emotionally. I'm also getting health for some of you. Now, what else do we have with this? 6 of Swords and High Priestess. Beautiful. Yeah, there was a situation that you were going through that may have even been detrimental in some way, shape, or form to your health, but you're coming out of it. 6 of Swords is getting out of turbulent waters, getting out of that 5 of Swords, which can be conflict, drama, manipulation. It can be coercion, narcissism. So there is a situation here. It can even be mental conflict within oneself. And I feel like you are coming to a point where you're really opening up to your intuition, and you're able to understand and have a sense of awareness that you may not have had prior. Okay, this is bottom of the deck, so this is what is surfacing for you here. Your intuition is strengthening, Capricorn. For those of you that may have felt a little bit wobbly, or you weren't able to see something correctly, some of you may have dealt with some secrets, some hidden agendas. You're coming out of that. And I'm also getting a specific message here. Please take it as it resonates, as I don't typically tune into this kind of energy on the channel, but some of you may have even gone through a little bit of a psychic attack in a way. So perhaps someone had wished ill intentions on you, or they may not have had the highest good in mind when it came to something they said or did. And I do feel like it affected your energy in a really negative way. But you're able to come out of that now. You're able to heal. Now, this can also be about protection. Okay, this is protection. And they're giving me that star of, I think it's the Star of David. Yeah, the Merkaba. That's what I'm getting here. Some of you may want to look into Merkaba activation. That can be a protection for our energy field, our light field. It's our body's chariot in a way. So I feel like you are coming to a place of more protection. You are coming to a place where you are feeling better mentally, physically, and emotionally is what I'm picking up on. And it's been a long time. So for some of you, if you were in this death energy, Capricorn, of undergoing a major transformation, but perhaps you kept getting ill, back-to-back sickness, or you were going through change after change after change. I feel for many of you, this isn't just one big ending. This could have been many different endings, but actually a lot of you were going through and are going through a major spiritual awakening in your world. Now, your overall energy is the Queen of Voices, the Queen of Swords. She is highly intuitive. She is based on her integrity. She is a thought leader, and our thoughts create our reality. So there is an energy here about you getting to a place where you are trusting your intuition. You are focusing on the things that fulfill you, your goals, and because we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, there is a combination here of you doing what you need to do that's in your highest good. But I'm also getting, some of you may have even had a little bit of a fall from grace, but that was your greatest strength, okay? We're jumping ahead here, and I'm doing something a little different in these readings. Instead of clarifying from another tarot deck, I'm asking Spirit to show me the clarifier in my mind's eye. So Spirit, what is the clarifier here, please, for the Queen of Swords? I'm getting King of Swords. So for some of you, this can be balancing out the masculine and the feminine within you. It's receiving and action, receptivity. It's finding that flow, finding that balance. For others of you, this could have been a dynamic between you and a partnership. This can be communication as well. I feel like you are really embracing who you are, Capricorn, because some of you may have felt a little bit lost along the way, or you may have felt very shut down, very cold, or just numb. I almost feel like zombie-like walking through your world on a state or in a state of like autopilot, right? Just feeling a little bit numb, doing your everyday tasks, not feeling a lot of feels, or some of you may have felt too much. You may have swung that pendulum to the other side here. And that may be why the King of Swords is showing up as the clarifier, because the King and Queen of Swords are, very logical, very intelligent, very, experienced here. I feel like you are also, some of you may have been dealing with some legal issues, but you're also gaining a lot from what you've gone through. I do see contractual agreements, Capricorn. If you were going through some legal issues, some of you may have come from a military background, or you have military. I'm also getting journalism, law. This can also be teachers, mentors, police officers, those in the line of duty in some way, shape, or form. Being of service to others through communication, through the thoughts. There's something about your ideas here coming to fruition, being seen, being heard, being valued. You have a lot to say. It could be speaking up. This could also be attracting or calling in a divine partnership, a divine counterpart. It doesn't have to be love. I mean, it could be, but these two could be very wonderful business partners. I'm also getting something with siblings. Some of you may have been dealing with like a family court issue, something of that nature. Maybe you have children and they're siblings and you were going through a custody battle. Okay, but I do feel like you are coming into a more powerful position here. Now, your greatest strength, Capricorn, is the Six of Wands. Being seen, being recognized. This is your voice being heard. Some of you are, again, journalists, you may be inspirational leaders, maybe you have your own YouTube channel, or you speak up for a cause. There's something about you maybe being a humanitarian or a healer here. Six of Wands is the card of victory, success. It is public recognition, achievement, fame. So I feel like, yeah, you're in the spotlight. It almost looks like a ring light here, recognition. There's something here around your story being heard, or your voice being the catalyst in healing in others. Spirit, please tell me the catalyst card here, or excuse me, the clarifier card. Oh, okay. 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords. So that would be another ending card showing up. So some of you have gone through deep betrayal. Some of you have gone through very horrific endings to situations, or complete cutoffs. You've been ghosted, ostracized, or alienated from your family, from your soul tribe. Some of you may even be adopted. You may have been abandoned or rejected in some way. I'm also hearing the word runaway. Runaway, okay? So please take that as it resonates. Maybe some of you ran away from home before, the legal age, or you help maybe women, young women and children who are runaways, something of that nature. Wouldn't surprise me here, Capricorn, as you are showing up in strong humanitarian energy, wanting to make a difference. I am getting the Libran scales here, which are showing up. So there could be something with justice, bringing justice or someone or something to justice, doing the right thing. Yeah, doing the right thing when no one is looking. That is integrity, and that's how you're showing up here. So with this 6 of Wands, it may be that you are writing a memoir and you're telling about your life story and the endings that you have endured, or at least bringing something to justice because it was unfair, unethical, or very challenging or very difficult for you to experience. And I just feel like your voice is the catalyst in healing. And it wouldn't surprise me for some of you if you do decide to, again, write a book or show up on social media in some way, and it really takes off, and it's the catalyst in healing within yourself even. All right. Now, your fullest potential is the world. Your fullest potential here is, Capricorn, your energy. It's about cycles completed and not going back to repeat that loop, right? Just like that broken record that keeps playing. And I feel like some of you may have repeated some patterns, or you may have found that you were in similar situations, the same type of relationships, attracting the same type of business partners, or the same type of family drama, whatever it may be for you here. Your fullest potential is to close out these cycles, because what I'm getting here with so many endings in your energy is you've completed these cycles. You've learned what you've needed to learn, but there's a little bit of a contradiction happening here because they keep showing up, and you're wondering, well, what is the lesson unlearned? What if it's that choice, that thought, right? Because our thoughts create our reality. So perhaps you may be going round and round with some limiting beliefs, or replaying out an old story that no longer exists here. It's an illusion. And that's why you have the moon. Yeah, the moon is the clarifier for this world card. And that makes sense because that moon is remember. Remember who you are. Remember your soul purpose, your Akashic records. Remember where you came from. And I'm not talking, family origins, bloodline here in the physical. I'm talking about, the stardust and what you're made of, and love and light. And there is a shift happening here for you. Some of you, this is global success, and it's not from an egoic standpoint, or even a materialistic type of way, even though I see materialism here for you. It is about spiritual mission and helping the planet. That's why you have planet Earth here on the world. So I feel like your fullest potential is to help shift mankind, but you may have been someone who's gone through a lot. And right now, you may be caught up a little bit in some of the illusions with that moon energy, because the moon can be fears, false evidence appearing real. It can be intuition. It can be subconscious energies, emotions, but it's also about exposure. And spirit is bringing up your energy in a way for you to remember who you are here, Capricorn, and that is your fullest potential. Now we have here for action, we have the Death card. The Death card is the action step for you. And I see with this Death card that something is over. There's change happening here. And transformation, as Einstein says, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So we fear endings, but really endings always bring a new beginning. And endings are very rarely good, right? They can be challenging. They can be difficult. We feel like the world, which you have here, is over. We feel that moon energy of the illusion that life will never, we'll never be happy. We'll never find love. We'll never, find that job. We get locked up in fear. What happens when you lose a job on the spot, right? You immediately succumb to fear. What if, what if, what if? And same goes for that heartache in relationships that ends that you were hoping were going to be forever. We tend to embrace the emotions, and there's nothing wrong with embracing those emotions. We must do that. It's part of the human experience. But it's when we replay them out years and years and years afterwards because we're staying in that death energy instead of transmuting it into something new. And that's what I see as your action step here. Spirit, what is the clarifier? The Lovers. Okay, Gemini energy, the Lovers. So following your heart, opening up that heart space. Some of you, this is love after loss. It is hope, renewed faith after a tower. It is duality, right? It's being able to see this end of a situation or this change or transformation, but be able to come out of it a fresh, reborn version, because you will never be the same Capricorn that you were prior. That's part of the experiences and, the conditioning as well that we've gone through. But you can take that energy and you can transform it into something quite wonderful. You can turn that pain into gain. You can do something good with what you've gone through. And that's what I see here for you is some of you are shifting dynamics, shifting perspectives, turning a new leaf. And that was your theme here. So the Lovers showing up as the clarifier, and you're getting a lot of major arcanas. Your next card is a major arcana as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if June is a very big turnaround month for you. Capricorn, if things have been stressful, if you've been in some form of prolonged ending or you've been resisting the ending of a situation, I feel like this is a month where you really release bigger than you have in the past, possibly one of your biggest releases that you've ever had in this human form here on planet Earth this time around. So the Death card followed by the Lovers is, following your heart and trusting that something is transforming for your highest good, for you to connect. A lot of you, your action is a major heart chakra activation. Yeah, major heart chakra activation here, Cap. Now, here you are showing up. This is your advice, the Devil. Now, the Devil shows up to remind us to beware of our appetites. Be aware of what tempts us. This is the energy of addictions, obsessions, fears, manipulation, codependency, materialism, and attachments. And the message here is reclaim your power. Be aware of your appetite, right? It's not bad to have that appetite. Remember that you are a soul having a human experience. So yes, there are certain flavors and certain energies that we want to embrace at times, but it's when we let those energies take over, when we sit in it for so long that it's detrimental, that it doesn't, flow through us, it stays stagnant. And what happens when it stays stagnant, right, is it can create resistance and dis-ease and attachments that are unhealthy. So that is your message here from your guides, your higher self. Spirit, what do we have, please? Nine of Swords. Okay. Nine of Swords is the card of fear. Okay. Nine of Swords is the card of, or the energy of obsessiveness, sleepless nights, tossing and turning, anxiety, depression. Now, the good news is it's a 9. Nines are about completions. I feel like your message here is, be aware of your appetites, but of course, let go of fears, push through them, cut the cord, detach, because you can see that this devil, it's almost like a puppet, right? Puppet on strings. You're being asked to cut the strings here of fear. You are asked to come back to who you are. And that's so interesting. I just realized that the clarifier here is the lovers. So we have the lover and the devil, which ride such a fine line. They're very actually quite close in nature. And I feel like you are being asked to drop into that self-love piece and disconnect from the fears, the obsessions, or whatever tempts you or throws you off your path to whatever this Six of Wands is, because this is part of your path, glowing up, being in the spotlight. And some of you, you may not even like to be in the spotlight, or you are afraid, right? You're afraid to be seen. What if I tell my story and I'm judged, I'm criticized, I'm ridiculed? What if that family member lashes out? What if they don't like what I have to say? So there's a lot of, adversity. There's a lot of what ifs, but I feel like Spirit is saying that's the fear talking, but it's also part of your mission. And what is your celebratory outcome here is beautiful. The Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands energy. So Capricorn, did I call you Virgo? I apologize if I did here. Some of you may be on that Virgo, or maybe you have Virgo in your chart. I'm hearing Virgo. Now, I don't know if I said that, but some of you are dealing with a Virgo, or perhaps you're Virgo rising. Okay. If you are, you may want to check that reading out. But the Muse of Wands is all about taking charge of your destiny. This is your outcome, celebration. This is a leader, a spiritual influencer, an entrepreneur, someone who is, again, someone who motivates others. He has a lot of knowledge. He's worldly, travels. King or queen does not matter. It is showing up in the king energy, which is masculine and it's action oriented. So I feel like your outcome is very powerful when it comes to activating your goals and feeling driven and really embracing your destiny. That's what I see here. Spirit, what is the clarifier for the King of Wands? King of Wands here for Capricorn, the Magician. All right, beautiful. Okay, that's a great one to have because Spirit, we are getting a lot of some challenging ones here as far as clarifiers and some endings, but this is about you creating your reality. When this is supercharged by that Magician, which is also Gemini energy, and we're in Gemini season here until the end of June 21st or so, and the Magician is about having all the tools that you need to take action. This is about you having the personal power, the skills to use your power in a constructive, abundant way that not only helps you, but it helps the highest good. It helps those that need to be helped here. So it's more than just you. It's being of service to the lives that you touch or the people that you are around, even if it feels challenging, even if people are cut off. I also feel like you are a catalyst. Capricorn, you are a catalyst for maybe balance, justice, or karma in the lives of others, because that strong King and Queen of Swords showing up could be, boundaries, intuition, thought leader, and then you're activated here with your outcome of the King of Wands. So you are expressing yourself on a larger scale. This is, being able to be worldly or do something. If this is career, I see you going off and doing something on your own, potentially entrepreneurship, or you having the flexibility to work from anywhere in the world, or maybe you do work for a company where there's growth and expansion. You're able to evolve and travel. Okay. For those of you, if this is love, I feel like there's been a lot of hardship, a lot of endings here. Possibly some of you may have even been widowed. You may have suffered from or been with someone who had addictive personality. I do feel also that you could be removing yourself from a king and queen of swords energy. And those two together, when they're in reverse, they do not know how to communicate. And when they do, it can blow up. It can be that 5 of swords leading into the 6 of swords. Like, I got to get out of this. There's too much conflict, too much bickering, harmful words, toxic words, manipulation, gaslighting, you name it. They can be in that energy. And some of you are closing out a cycle and you're letting go of the belief that you'll never find love or whatever it may be that has held you back. And this could be what you are attracting, King of Wands, someone who does inspire you to come out of this resistance or come out of this shell or come out of that, death energy, that in-between stage. And for those of you, if this is health, I feel like you've had some either close calls with health, or there has been some issues regarding genetics or genes. Some of you may have even had an illness that a family member has had as well. I'm getting skin rash for some of you. Something may have created a rash. With the devil energy, this can be, again, addictions, codependent dynamics. What else do we have for health here? Please see the disclaimer in the description box below, or a health professional if need be. Yeah, some of you may be lacking like B12, or maybe you're taking some B12. You may want to look into vitamin deficiencies, something of that nature. Yeah, because I'm getting here deficiencies, maybe iron, low on potassium, low on magnesium. So look into that here as well. But I feel with the death card, you are putting some of these illnesses to rest by paying attention to your body and maybe making some new changes around your health. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and comment, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, Cap. Lots of love.